youth to create a better urban future. Engaging youth to create a better urban futures. I am Gadri. He is working for our management for so many years. They are a renowned and international architect. For example, I am Gadri has designed, for example, I can give an example. The Oberoi Hotel designed by I am Gadri office. Now Akbar is working as a head in the Bangalore divisions. And we are working with Akbar for more than 10 years. I am personally, not only as an architect, not only as a civil engineer, I am personally moving with Akbar. He is not only a senior most architect, rather than I can say head Bangalore office, like I can say he's a very seasoned architect, very seasoned architect. Whatever we say, he immediately receive it and think over it, try to give a solution for that. Say, for example, it is not so easy to convince our chairman for any drawings or any designs or any new things. He is explaining, he will never convinced. So he will give a lot of inputs. And Akbar always keen on receiving the inputs from the elders and try to incorporate in the drawings also without compromising his conceptual idea also. So today we are very happy on behalf of the Institution of Engineers. We welcome Akbar. And also we are trying a lot of new materials in our campus. See, in our campus itself, we are constructing every year not less than 2 lakh square feet. Not only in our campus, maybe in our management. So a lot of construction activities are going on, a lot of new materials we are trying, a lot of new designs also we are trying that. And why I'm giving much more importance to the World Habitat Day is we have a sustainable development goals, 17 goals we have. So 17 goals, and the first goal is no poverty, and second goal is zero hunger, and third one is good health and well-being, and fourth one is quality education, and fifth one is gender equality, and sixth one is clean water and sanitation, and seventh one is affordable and clean energy, eighth one is decent work and economic growth, and ninth one is industrial innovation and infrastructure, and reduced inequalities and sustainable cities and communities, and responsible consumption and production, climate action, and life below water, and life on land. So here the life on land, and 16 is peace, justice, and strong institutions. 17 is partnership for the goals. So life on land. So we have to live on land very comfortably, very peacefully, without affecting the environment or saving the environment, preserving the environment also. So that is why we have given much more importance today, celebrating the World Habitat Day. All the human beings, not only the human beings, the species also, we need shelter. The shelter not only applicable for the human beings, it is necessary for the basic commodity is living for any species living in this world also. So we are constructing a lot of buildings and a lot of infrastructures and industries, all those things we are doing. But here we have to engage the youth to create such kind of better infrastructure or better future. So that is the concept here is given. I think now I can give it to Akbar. He is a very seasoned and well-known architect, and he is reading a lot of books also. I know him more than 10 years. So today I am very happy. We have Akbar to explain about or give a lecture about the World Habitat Day. And maybe he may give some 40 to 45 minutes lecture. After that, we can dedicate some 10 minutes for a question and answer session. So everybody will be benefited through that. So thank you, and thank you very much for making this wonderful function. I have to thank Radhi and Lalita and all other office staff for making a very good arranging a lecture session from Akbar. So thank you very much, Akbar, for joining with us. And thank you very much. We are very eagerly hearing your lectures, waiting for your lectures. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So before sir lecture, I think introduction can be given by our Umana Bina, executive member.
Good evening, sir. Myself Umana Vijay, HOD Architecture of Tyagaraja Polytechnic College, sir. It gives me a immense pleasure to introduce our today's chief guest, AKBAR BASHU, sir. He is the design head of Bangalore Studio, IMK Architects. He did his Bachelor of Architect, BArch at University of Vishweshwaraya College of Engineering, Bangalore. About his professional summary, He is a highly experienced and innovative architect with 18 years of experience in the field of architecture, urban planning, and residential projects. He is specialized in designing functional, sustainable, and aesthetically pleasing structures across various sectors, including residential, commercial, institutional, and public infrastructure. Adept of managing projects from conceptual design through construction, ensuring that every phase aligns with clients' expectation, timelines, and budget constraints. With a strong command of the latest architectural technology and software, when combined with an eye for detail, this professional has successfully completed over 20 large-scale projects, transforming complex client vision into really wild, ensuring compliance with zoning laws and building codes, overseeing architectural projects from initial concept to completion, working closely with multidisciplinary teams, contractors and clients, responsible for designing commercial and residential spaces, working closely with clients to develop functional, aesthetic, and budget conscious designs. He has conducted site inspection, collaborated with construction teams, and ensured project compliance with legal standards and codes. Work experience. He worked in the designation of professional practice in AKBAR Architects, Bangalore from March 2006 to June 2006. Then he worked as project architect in Chanda Worker and Thakur Architects Private Limited, Bangalore. After that, from January 2010 to February 2015, he was a freelancer. Practice was credited with residential, group housing, recreational, and interior projects. From February 2012 to February 2014, was a visiting faculty in the Department of Architecture, UBCE, Bangalore. He is a design head of Bangalore Studio from 2018 to till date of IMK Architects. His notable projects some are Sona Vistas Residential Apartment, Bangalore, Sona College of Arts and Science, Polar College Campus, Salem, Gate Complex, Sona Campus, Salem, Diamond Jubilee Block Auditorium, Sona Campus, Salem. His key skills are he is well versed in architectural design and development, urban planning, construction project management, team leadership and collaboration, client relation and presentation, building code and zoning complaints. Thank you. We are eagerly waiting to hear your wonderful speech, sir. Today we have an eminent personality. Hope our students and the faculty will enjoy your speech, sir. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. That was a nice introduction. Thanks a lot. Firstly, thanks a lot to Karthikeyan sir for inviting me to give a small talk about World Habitat Day, engaging youth to create a better future. Thanks a lot, sir. My relationship with Karthikeyan sir is just not a client representative. He's a mentor, he's a father figure, and whenever I have any doubts, any clarity, whether it's professional, whether it's personal, I go to him for advice. He's such a person for me. Thanks a lot, sir, for inviting me for this the talk. By the way, I'm not a good public speaker, so please correct me or sorry if I use any wrong words. Yeah, coming to today's day, World Habitat Day. So a very interesting day. The idea of having a World Habitat Day is to is that everyone is entitled to have a decent and a safe place to live, a right to adequate shelter. I believe that is one of the mottos for us in the construction industry, as architects, as engineers, to do what we do, so that everyone can get a good space, a good place to live, which they can call their home, house, whatever. So let's hope that we all do what we do to achieve that. Coming to today's topic, engaging youth to create a better future, some words about what the youth could do, or rather, what I think that the youth should concentrate, or how us professionals should look into engaging youth in a better way so that we can do a better future for all of us. Firstly, I'd like to concentrate on education and awareness for the youth. So, when it comes to education and awareness, we all look into what kind of programs we need to look into, what kind of academy, what kind of education that we need to give to students so that they come out as better architects, better engineers. That's very, very important so that they are socially responsible, they can give sensible spaces, they can be efficient, they can be a good citizen. This is very, very important. I feel that the education and awareness in terms of school programs, academics, workshops, creating seminars, trying to get the education as much as possible, as trying to get the youth and the students as educated as possible is very, very important. I feel that is the foundation of us being responsible, showing the youth what they could be in the future. That is what Karthikeyan sir always does, and we are all inspired by you, sir, for this. Secondly, in terms of providing the experience that the youth requires, in terms of how we can give them good exposure in terms of internship programs, apprentices, even after the education is done, keep the learning process continued just to do some mentorship programs. We call something called as master classes. They are very good for all age people. Master class is something which really educates us, gives us new horizon in our own fields. So we should do that. Maybe even in terms of uh, all these online courses, which really help time to time in exploring, or rather reigniting our passion so that we can continue to do better work. So that is something which is really, really helpful. I find that I feel that the youth should always try to do, or rather try to innovate something in that line, something to educate themselves, something to keep them updated on the new trends. We should always be doing that. The third point would be innovation. How can we bring in innovation in terms of technology oriented demonstrations, maybe look into attending, or rather looking in for competitions so that new technologies, new innovations can be explored. Rather, maybe it's an old technology, but how differently we can use such innovations. I feel innovation should be given much emphasis in terms of the youth development. Um, Community projects, just community projects mean, what I mean by community projects is something where a volunteer opportunity is provided to the youth so that they can do something for the community, something for the society, giving back to the society. So something like that would really help the youth to explore, or rather, in a short span of time, increase the experience of the young engineer. Collaboration with NGOs also does the same thing. Collaboration with NGOs really puts a young engineer, architect, to such a good experience that they come out with amazing amount of confidence. I think that is very, very important. How we make this is one of the main things which will make the youth more socially responsible, more um, more a citizen in terms of contributing to the society. That's very, very important. I feel one of the things that I need to add into the word youth and how we develop the young engineers is social media and outreach. I believe a lot of engaging content is available in social media these days. I feel that even we can use this to bring in an awareness into the society on what our responsibilities is, what our job profile is, something which will tell uh, the media about our jobs, our culture, the way we work. This is quite new to our field. Every other field is using it. I feel we should also use this. Maybe sometimes an influencer partnership might also help. Uh, yeah. Career pathway programs. A lot of the youth is in doubt when it comes to going to the job or what kind of job the community has. So there's something called as job shadowing in other fields, wherein you get a 1 day experience of the job to understand the work, the culture, the way an engineer, an architect works in the future. So maybe we should bring in that in our field also, so that people understand what kind of work goes into it, what kind of hard work goes into it. Kids could understand it better. Um, these are some of the things that I was just thinking about today. We also need to look into flexible learning programs, short courses and certifications for the youth to, continuously update themselves, upgrade themselves, look into online courses, just to develop their skill set in such a way that they are ready for the future, ready for the next generation, ready for uh, what jobs they get in the future. So that is something which I constantly look in when it comes to the youth uh, creating a better future. And we, as experienced people in the field, architects, engineers, we should always strive and give exposure and give that pathway for the youth so that they can um, come up and give help us do a better future. One of the things that I was thinking today is also that you know youth is very like how they build cities where people of all ages can thrive. That's very very important. We need to give them that space to look into that. Coming to the building industry as a community, I feel we should look into um, giving a lot of focus on sustainability. That's the need of the hour. We need to promote projects which are as sustainable as possible. We at IMK Architects really thrive to see as much sustainability in a project as possible. We try to do it as much as possible. One of the things that we try is, of course, we can't do 100% sustainable. Even now, we are trying for it, but we are slowly moving towards that direction. Whatever the cost, we work with a client, we work with a project cost. So according to the project cost, right now, as on today, the project cost is quite high when we talk sustainability. So we try to do as much as possible, as energy conservative as we can. We need to thrive. We need to really go towards that project where we talk about renewable energy. We talk about technologies where we can deliver net zero building. We talk about green building materials, green building practices, reducing carbon footprint, uh, ultimately going towards a net zero building. This is very, very important for us. This is the need of the hour. We need to look into going towards that direction. Also, we need to look at materials which are efficient and economically available, which are towards green building, which we can say they are green building materials. we need to look into energy efficiency, how we can use renewable energy, how we can reduce the energy of the building, resource conservation, like just for example, water. We need to look into efficient fixtures which can save water. We need to look into rainwater conservation and harvesting. Everyone has water scarcity right now, especially in summers. So we need to look into how we can conserve water and preserve the same. How we can look into other resources also, solar energy, perhaps all those things. Construction waste management is also something which is the need of the hour. Right now, we're not looking at the debris. We are all constructing beautiful buildings, but there's a lot of debris which is just not managed. So we need to look into how we can reduce such things, or rather go to a future where construction waste reduces, maybe goes to minimal. That's also adding up to our energy, building energy. So we need to look into it. Perhaps maybe modular construction using prefabricated construction techniques is one of the methods to reduce the on-site construction waste. So that might be one of the way forward. I know that Karthikeyan sir and our chairman, Sona Group chairman Valika sir, emphasize on how better we can do a simple job, how one person, one laborer can efficiently work throughout the day. We count on what is the 1 minute fee of a laborer so that he works even more efficiently. So we need to look forward to even reducing construction waste. Uh, Again, going forward, nobody is investing into smart technologies in, like, for example, building management systems, uh, maybe data analytics. We are still in the process. It's not so efficient for our building industry right now to look into building management systems and data analytics and how to use that data going forward. So we need to invest a little into that also, so that we can do construction in the future uh, better and more efficiently, maybe perhaps save time and money for the clients also. So somebody needs to look into that aspect of developing that area. Education and training, wherein we develop the workforce, we develop the youth in such a way that all the above said methodologies are looked into, implemented, maybe developed further. So we need to look into that also. So maybe we can see how to develop that. I would like to strive a little bit about what we do. We at IMK Architects really follow something called as biophilic designs, wherein uh, we really thrive at looking to bring in nature, to bring in a lot of greenery, to bring in a lot of light to the buildings. We call it biophilic designs. We thrive to do it. We really love to do the beautiful courtyards, the happy spaces into the buildings. We call them happy spaces. How can we make the building more happy? That's one of the things that we always look forward to. Um, we need to see if government, communities, individuals are urged to strive towards improving housing conditions. See if the private entities also could help in making good housing conditions, better housing conditions, efficient construction methods, where we can look into um, reducing the construction cost. Like right now, the construction cost on a daily basis has been increasing, as in it's not so economical anymore for a middle class person or a lower middle class person to dream to build a house. So how can we reduce the cost? How can we reduce it to a minimal that a middle class person could still dream of having a house of their own. So we need to look into reducing construction costs also. That's one of our key responsibilities. Um, yeah, that's a small talk that I just prepared to discuss with you. I have a small presentation on what kind of work we do. Karthikeyan sir, can I present the same? Hello? Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here.
I just thought nobody heard my talk.
Hello, good evening, sir. Loganathan.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine, sir. So, many thanks for joining with us. Happy that day. Okay, sir. Actually, you have narrated many things, sir. For the economically weaker section, now the cost of construction is going on. So, what is your suggestion, sir, for a middle class or lower level people to go for the construction, affordable construction? Any?
So we thrive to look into it, and we've been trying to do the same in some of the projects that we are doing together, Loganathan sir. Some things like it could be as simple as not plastering the ceiling and directly doing plastering also. That saves on the ceiling plastering. Um, it could be as simple as how we can minimize the cost in the simplest of things. Like, for example, a two-way switch in a house is not really required. We can look into a one-way switch that saves a lot on wire. It could be as simple as using energy efficient materials. Why use wood for doors and windows? Why can't we use aluminum or UPVC for windows? Why can't we use engineered wood for doors? So some of it has to come efficiently. It has to be as simple so that we reduce the construction cost. The spans have to be smaller. The building spans have to be as efficient as possible so that the construction comes down. Then can we use renewable energy? Like bamboo is one material that we've not explored much in the building, or rather, we've used it in the building industry, but not in the mainstream. Can we use bamboo in building construction? Some questions need to be looked into, sir. Um, Flooring wise, what can we do? So it's each individual building material needs to be questioned whether this is efficient or whether we could use something better. We need to look into that. And also, reusing materials is one main thing. I think it's very good as a green energy concern, there where we start reusing old teak wood, old wood for doors and windows, so that we are not cutting any trees. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So the bamboo actually we have even authorized construction bamboo has been by the government of India, but it's not been widely used. We can explore more opportunities on that, sir. Thank you very
Correct.
much. You have suggested bamboo. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I have a small presentation on what we do. We at IMK Architects just run you through it. It's a huge presentation. I'll just go fast. So we follow a system called Scrum, wherein we have a project, we have a client vision, Then we discuss with the client on how to go forward. It's a very simple system where we discuss with the client on the project and how we can look into developing the project. So we constantly do workshops with the client so that we arrive at the design as soon as possible. And we follow a system called sprint, where we do a 2 week package, so that within the 2 week package we deliver something to the client. And then based on the client's feedback, we return and work again for 2 more weeks to develop it for further. So we call it as sprints, and it's one of the what we've arrived at is this is one of the fastest ways to achieve work at the same time have clarity with the client, so that the client is also understands the process and he's in line with what kind of work we are doing. So how do we do it? We understand the client's highest aspirations, then get a clarity on the design brief. This really reduces the rework on the design. Then looks into, I'm sorry, I can't see. Yeah. So we do intensive workshop, and with the client, we do a brainstorming so that we get all the points, all the project points into one table, one board, assess all the points that are required in the project and go forward. This is something which we really do on a regular basis on all projects so that we understand what needs to be done for the project to be a successful project. Then we look into what kind of vision the project requires. Then we look into budget, we look into timeline. All these come in these initial workshops so that we can develop it. We can develop the project. We can develop the designs in line with the project, in line with the client's aspirations. So we use the design requirement, we use the 80-20 principles to make the project efficient, to make the design efficient as much as possible. We constantly have discussions with the client, internal meetings, start of the sprint, end of the sprint, so that we assess what amount of work we've done and also whether we've been successful in completing the work or not. This is what we do on a continuous basis every week. So one of the key points also is not to lose focus on the project. What is the vision of the vision of the project? How we look into developing the project in the same line. So this is the hierarchy of the project, where our team is divided into product owner, which is me usually, a scrum master who leads the team, and the project team who works on the drawings and designs and everything. So we work in sprint cycles. So this is what we do for every project. We start with workshop, then go back and show it to the client so that we can get the cycle once again. This is the process again. So we keep questioning, who are we building this for? Who is the user? What are we building? So these questions really help us answering the process, answering the materials, answering the building construction methodology. This is a Trello board, the stories that we take up every week. This is the process that we do. Again, these are all the discussions that we do usually to get the project moving. Yeah. So that's the chairman of the Sona Group, Mr. Valiappa. He's having a discussion about one project in our office. So we look into design deliverables. This is Sona Vistas residential development project in Bangalore. This is an apartment of 600 units, spanned across 9 blocks with a lot of gardens in between. So we started looking at what is the aspiration, what kind of amenities we want to look in the project. Then how well we can do the design giving maximum light and ventilation to each individual units. Some of the block plans, developing the same units into multiples, unit plans. We've tried to give as much cross ventilation as possible. The clubhouse. There's a small garden area and an amphitheater above the clubhouse. That's a simple section throughout the project. Construction photos. That's the finished clubhouse on the right hand side. Some of the finished photos of our buildings. Some internal photos of the courtyards. Kids play area. Some of the courtyards. This is Sona College in Salem. So we started working on the project long back. We started building one project at a time. This is the gate complex of the Sona College that we are doing. It's completed now. So we started looking at lots and lots of design options. We had more than 60 design options which we developed, and we showed the client, and we were developing, seeing what kind of gate complex will be best suited for the campus. This is Sona College of Arts and Science. Just to add up about biophilia and what kind of buildings we do, one of the principles in the Sona College that we've always done is that we've always kept the classroom windows on the northern side, and we as a principal do only singly loaded corridors. We don't do doubly loaded corridors. The corridors happen on the south side, reducing the south heat, and also the buildings are always east-west oriented, so that the maximum of the building heat is also reduced. So as a result, this algorithm has worked over all and over the campus. Now we see that the buildings are relatively cooler compared to the outside, and students actually love to be a part of this community. They thrive and enjoy in this campus. Some of the typical sections of the college. This is what I was saying. We have the windows on the northern side, the corridor on the southern side. There's a courtyards. All buildings are east-west oriented. Some of the facade iterations that we had developed. This is the final iteration. We've developed a skin on the western side of the building so that a maximum of heat is also reduced onto the building. So there are different layers of jali, different layers of skins happening onto the building. It's one of the views again. That's the construction photograph. This is Golden Jubilee Block, Sona College of Engineering campus, Tyagaraja Polytechnic. The auditorium inside. We did a lot of iterations on how to develop the aesthetics of the interior. We developed the facade, the acoustic panels according to the design. That's the final output. So a small amphitheater in the building also was taken up in a very interesting way. We wanted it to be the heart of the campus. We wanted it to be the heart of the building. So we started detailing it out. We started designing a very unique amphitheater, different iterations. It's not the conventional way that we have a central stage and circles around it. We started looking into bringing landscape into the whole amphitheater. We wanted to make a very green amphitheater, so we started looking into it. That's one of the construction photos. The soil, what you see, is all green, and the cement, what you all see, is granite. Yeah. Thank you. Can you hear me, sir? Any questions, sir?
Sir, I am Dr. Bhaskaran, sir. Hello?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Bhaskaran, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm Joint Director, Industries Department, Government of Tamil Nadu. Sir, you are in Bangalore, if you compare it to Chennai, what modification you are telling about Chennai, sir, when compared to Bangalore regarding this creation of better urban future? So, which is good your as per your thing, Chennai or Bangalore? Just a comparison. Any best thing is there we can implement that in Chennai.
So I've worked in Chennai also. I've worked on an apartment project in an area called Valsaravakam.
Okay.
So I find we are all in the same pace. We are all in the same line. Uh, Maybe some details here and there according to climate might change. Um, Chennai, I find the construction, when I used to work in Chennai, so I found that the construction is very aggressive, very fast, very disciplined as compared to Bangalore, because they're very, very fast. Bangalore was slower, and I had to cope up with them to give them the drawings and coordination, because I do something and the construction happens tomorrow. It's so fast. So I was actually thinking that Chennai is much superior in terms of construction as compared to Bangalore. But as I told you, we are all in the same lines.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, any questions from other members?
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir?
I can hear you.
Yes, sir, proceed,
Yes,
sir.
sir, good evening, sir. So myself, INR placement officer from Tyagaraja Polytechnic College. As architect, what kind of skills you are expecting from the freshers, and how they need to get ready for the industry ready product? So as architect, so what are the things as a student need to explore it while studying? Apart from education only I'm asking. So no books and no everything, sir.
I will put it in a very different way. I will put it this way. What do I expect from a young engineer? I expect a lot of grit, wherein he comes that I want to learn, I want to do something. That kind of grit, that kind of energy, that kind of humility, that he surrenders himself. You give me work and I will do that. That is something which I expect from a young engineer, young architect. Nothing technical. Technical, everybody will learn. Technical, everybody will learn like in 1 year, 1.5 year. They learn everything. It's all about how we implement the technology after that. But that energy, that humility to learn, to do something is something that I expect from a young person.
I think I can answer, supplement this question, the answer. Ayana, say for example,
sir,
Akbar is working for Gate Complex. We started working for Gate Complex for 2 years, more than
yes,
2 years. But still, we could not able to arrive for a perfect means a convincing design of gate to the chairman. And I think he tried, Akbar tried for more than 50 to 60 designs of gate itself. That means because of the patience, because of the perseverance, because of the dedication, commitment, he used to refer a lot of gate designs, the older designs, the new designs, and fusion of new designs and old designs, and try to convince, or not try to convince, try to satisfy the client. So it took about 2 years. Now only he he got permission or he got approved from the chairman for the gate. Only two gates of size about 8 meter by 7 meter. That's all. Two gates. Those two gates are similar design. But he used to refer a lot of journals, lot of research, and I see the Akbar. He used to research something like that. He wanted to give a simple handle design also. He will used to give a lot of research, used to do a lot of research and give designs for more than 10 or 15, which will we could not able to pick up which design is good. All the designs looking good also, and each and every design he is giving, and he will give the answer for that also. So that kind of perseverance, patience, and dedication, commitment, not only for the civil engineers, it must be expected from all the engineers, all the persons, not only the engineers, maybe in the whichever domain, that is the best quality we must adhere. Then only we can able to come up in our life. I think so. Am I right,
yes,
Akbar sir?
yes, sir. Yes,
Absolutely,
sir.
sir.
Exactly, sir.
Absolutely.
Can you
Absolutely.
see? Can you
Absolutely.
show the gate design?
I
You
did,
show
sir. I
that
did.
gate design. You try to show. See, the youngsters are available here, but it looks maybe a simple. But how the fusion happens here, the older design, the new design, the technology, and you are conveying something to the education institutions by way of gate also. I think you did you have a photograph of the finished product of complex, gate complex? I think you doesn't have, I think.
I
Anyway,
don't have. These were some of the designs that we did. So many designs that we did on in the iterations. This was one of the final designs that we took forward. The diagrams on how we looked into the sun path, the energy, how we can make the gate a sheltered one. We tried. There was a beautiful tree there. We tried to save that tree.
for saving the one tree, we did drawings for more than a year for only one tree. It's a grown mature tree. We want to
Yes,
save it. One time we fed up also, but and every time the chairman is coming, giving some comments or suggestions. And I have given some suggestions. I think it is yet to be finished. I have given one suggestion, simple suggestions for a column. The two columns, one column can be, the size may be bigger by adding some brick wall. But immediately Akbar accepted that. But he is not saying that, no, no, this is my design. I will not accept any suggestions. So that kind of suggestions we must incorporate in our brain, then give it to their clients. And they have designed a green building also. They have not used any AC in a big building for MCA. The natural ventilation, natural air circulation, they have designed it. They give much importance for the cross ventilation, the temperature, the sunlight, and the ambience and the convenience for the students. All those things they will do. Any questions? Any questions, sir? No questions. Silent. Shall we go for vote of thanks? And we give the platform to Engineer Gogul for proposing the vote of thanks. And thank you very much. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
very much, Akbar. Neat
Thank you, sir.
presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Neat presentation, like you.
Thank you, sir.
We
Yes, sir.
enjoyed a lot.
So very good evening. Yeah. So very good evening to all present here. The most respected, the chief guest of today. And also our chairman IEI Tamil Nadu State Center, and all the corporate members of IEI and executive members of IEI. And the past our chairmen and organizing secretary were joined, and the respected student member. So it's an most heartening to deliver the vote of thanks. So definitely, I think today is a World Habitat Day, and as our chairman sir was saying, today is the October 7th, and exactly we are also organizing the program from the the best architect who have been designed, especially the very complicated solutions of building the infrastructure, who have been joined here. So definitely, architect is always like opened up for bringing up a new and the new creativity and innovation. Our we thank our chief guests who have been joined here, which is a busy schedule, even though I think they'll be always working continuously. But when our chairman requested to be a speaker, I think without saying any delay in time, I think he has agreed our invitation and delivered a wonderful lecture. Thank you so much, sir, for giving a beautiful lecture on this World Habitat Day. And that always shows a very good insight about our team to the students as well as all the faculties who have been joined there. And I also thank our chairman, Dr. V. who always nurture us, and through his leadership, I think IEI celebrating the World Habitat Day after the celebrations of Engineers Day, which we had in September 15th in the very mega way. And even last couple of days, we also had an All India seminar under his the Division Board of Environment. Within the next day, I think yesterday we completed around 6 o'clock. And today again 6 o'clock, we are all joined together in the online mode, and we have established a wonderful day. Thank you so much, sir, for always being as a leader and supportively giving us bound support to organize this event. I also extend my thanks to all our executive members of IEI Tamil Nadu State Center, especially Umar Nambi ma'am, who have given an introduction about the speaker, and to the complete the audience who have been joined here. And I extend my thanks to all the corporate members who have also joined, like Ramaraj sir and our Bhaskar sir, who always been there whenever the online sessions are there. Definitely, even though he's a joint director from Government of Tamil Nadu, he spends a lot of time in our online sessions of IEA, wherever of the organization. And I extend my thanks to all the faculties and the student members who have interestingly joined and get benefited during this World Habitat Day. Very importantly, I think the world is always looking for a very important pathway. One is for food, one is for shelter, and third one is like almost food and dress and shelter. So shelter, which it's always important for every human being, organisms which has been available in this global level, shelter in proper way. And also we have to bring a very cost-effective, low-cost-effective, the building up of building in a very effective way in all resources what is available in here. So with this note, I thank our IEA staff member, Radhi Madam, as well as Radhika Madam, who was always supporting from our office. And with that, I thank all the people who joined in the Zoom and made this session a wonderful. Thank you so much, sir.
So thank you, Akbar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.